Hi, I'm Jenny Lang. This quick pick for your bag of tricks is about communicating with your volunteers. I have some notes here to keep me on track, so if it looks like I'm reading, it's because I am. I'm going to share with you a couple of suggestions that could make your life easier as a volunteer and as a board member and help you address those common concerns over ongoing engagement between meetings and events. Remember, as soon as somebody signs up to be a volunteer, they become part of your organizational family. That means you have to stay in touch with them. You want to make them feel welcome. You want to make them feel like an insider. Their information about what's going on in your organization comes from you, not from any outside news source. So, first, let's talk about internal communication among volunteers, board members, and staff. First, set up a way to communicate among volunteers and staff with a platform that lets everybody share information and ask questions anytime. Maybe it's a private Facebook group or some other kind of listserv or your website, or maybe you utilize Google or Dropbox or whatever you use. It's going to give you a chance to talk anytime, to share ideas, and to put up relevant information, up to the minute items, interest, uh, articles to your organization and your mission. And remember, if you're using email, make sure that everyone uses an address that they check often so they don't miss stuff. And how about external communication? Volunteers are great ambassadors for your organization and can also bring in resources. They can bring in more volunteers, in-kind goods and services, and even funds. That's a primary responsibility of the board, and other volunteers can help with that too. So volunteers and board members can all straddle those two worlds and make sure the communication keeps flowing between your organization and your communities. And here's one way to help that happen. Attend stuff, events and programming. All board members and volunteers don't have to attend everything, and you can divide it up intentionally to make sure there's always volunteer coverage at each and every opportunity. Think about name tags that readily identify board members at each and every opportunity. And make sure that they're introduced as such at every board event, every event or program, so people know who to talk to if they want to learn more about your organization. And think about pulling together a standard set of talking points so that you're controlling the consistent message that goes out to the community. It's really helpful to have a small pocket-sized fact sheet you can hand to people. Volunteers can keep some in their car to stick in their pocket or their purse when they're going into a meeting or an event. These are just a couple of ways you can keep your volunteer communication flowing, and there are lots more. If you do a few small things, you're up to date, you're engaged, and you don't have to refocus every time you're called on to talk about the organization because you're already there. A few small pushes of effort keep your organization on top of mind for people. So the information is there when you need it. This is Jenny Lang. I'm the founder of Lang Consulting, and I thank you for listening. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.